Ora Bhakta. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we're continuing to read from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9. We are on chapter 6. We've been hearing about Saubhari Muni, a great yogi. Um, he got the desire to marry. He's married now, 50 wives. Made himself so beautiful, made himself attractive, got a lot of opulence, palace, maidservants, ornaments, um, like you name it, a lot of sense gratification. It's so much so that the Emperor Mandata was thinking, hey, I'm the emperor, but here is a Muni and he has more opulence than me. But Saubhari Muni, he's having sense gratification, but he's feeling dissatisfied. He's not feeling the satisfaction he thought he would get. And Sukadev Goswami is saying, just like the fire never ceases if you continue to pour ghee in it. Now you have a fire, continue to pour ghee, fire will continue burning if you keep supplying fuel. So material desire is like that. He's trying to enjoy more and more, but he's not feeling any satisfaction. So reading on, Sa kadachit upasina
स कदाचित् उपासीन
atma panavam atmanam
आत्मा अपबहवम् आत्मनः
tadarsha bhav richacharyo
ददर्शन बहुरिचाचार्य
mina sanga samuthitam.
मीनसङ्गसमुत्थितम्.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Thereafter, one day, while Saubhari Muni, who was expert in chanting mantras, was sitting in a secluded place, he thought to himself about the cause of his fall down, which was simply that he had associated himself with the sexual affairs of the fish. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur remarks that Saubhari Muni had fallen from his austerity because of a Vaishnav aprad. The history is that when Garud wanted to eat fish, Saubhari Muni unnecessarily gave the fish shelter under his care. Because Garud's plans for eating were disappointed, Saubhari Muni certainly committed a great offense to a Vaishnav. Because of this Vaishnav aprad, an offense at the lotus feet of a Vaishnav, Saubhari Muni fell from his exalted position of mystic tapasya. So here, Saubhari Muni is chanting the mantras and he's thinking, what happened to me? I was so austere. I was doing meditation. It's just because I saw this fish mating got me into so much sense gratification. So Srila Prabhupada is giving us the commentary, the explanation by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur that what happened? Why did Saubhari Muni actually fall down? It's because one time Garud wanted to eat fish and Saubhari Muni was there and he restricted Garuda from eating fish, which he shouldn't have done so because, Garuda is an eagle, so he eats fish. So as a Vaishnava, and Garuda is personal associate of Lord Vishnu, so he's committed Vaishnava aparad. And because of this, he had this fall down. He gave up his austerity and became married so many wives and had so much sense gratification. So this is the reason. One should not therefore impede the activities of a Vaishnav. This is the lesson we must learn from this incident concerning Saubhari Muni. So Vaishnav, we were hearing also earlier that we cannot understand the activities of a Vaishnava. We cannot understand him. And so Vaishnava Prad is a great offense. It stops our spiritual growth. our spiritual advancement, stunts it, or even sometimes, takes us like here, Saubhari Muni, fall down. It's happened. Comments, questions? It's okay, then we continue. Aho imam pashyata me vinasham
अहो
अहो इदं
पश्यतमे विनाशम्
पश्यविनाशम्
tapasvina sacharita vritasya
तपस्विना
तपश्चरिता
सच्चरिता
तस्य
antarjale varichara prasangat
अन्तर्जले वारिचरा प्रसङ्गात्
prachyavitam brahmachiram dhritam yat.
प्रच्यावितं
प्रत्यावितं
ब्रह्मचिरं धृतं यतः
Alas, while practicing austerity, even within the depths of the water, and while observing all the rules and regulations practiced by saintly persons, I lost the results of my long austerities simply by association with the sexual affairs of fish. Everyone should observe this fall down and learn from it. So Saubhari Muni is regretting now association. He's associated his senses with the fish. So he's saying, oh, I fell down because of that. That's how we associate. What are we associating our senses with? Sangam त्यजेत मिथुनव्रती न मुमुक्षु
सङ्गं त्यजेत मिथुना ब्रवीणां मुमुक्षु
सर्वात्मना विसृजेत बहिर्इन्द्रियाणि.
सर्वात्मनः बहिर्वाणि
सर्वेन्द्रियाणि
एकश्चरन् रहसि चित्तमनन्त ईशे.
एकचरन् रहसि चित्तम् अनन्तईशे
अनन्ति
युञ्जी युञ्जीत साधुषु चेत् प्रसङ्ग.
युञ्जीत तद्व्रतीषु साधुषु चेत् प्रसङ्ग
A person desiring liberation from material bondage must give up the association of persons interested in sex life and should not employ his senses externally in seeing, hearing, talking, walking, and so on. One should always stay in a secluded place, completely fixing his mind at the lotus feet of the unlimited personality of Godhead. And if one wants any association at all, he should associate with persons similarly engaged. So Bari Muni, giving conclusions derived from his practical experience, instructs us that persons interested in crossing to the other side of the material ocean must give up the association of persons interested in sex life and accumulating money. This is also advised by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So here Saubhari Muni is saying, that one should go to a secluded place if one wants liberation. One wants to get out of this material world, then one needs to go to a secluded place, not associated with persons who are engaged in sense gratification. And what one should do, fix the mind on the lotus feet of Krishna. And the Muni, the yogi, he's meditating, and he's meditating on the super soul. He's meditating on the lotus feet of Krishna, very clearly says. And he's saying that if at all he wants association, he should associate with people who are similarly engaged. Means also others who are engaged in uh, meditation, or in this case it would be meditation, but for devotees it will be devotees who are engaged in devotional service. So Lord Chaitanya, Niskinchanasya Bhagavad Bhajo Namukhasya Param Param Jigam Bhavasangarasya Sandarshanam Vishayinam Athayoshitam Cha Ha Hanta Hanta Vishabhakshanato Pi Asadhu Chaitanya Chandrodaya Natak 8.27. So Lord Chaitanya is saying, alas for a person seriously desiring to cross the material ocean and engage in the transcendental loving service of the Lord without material motives, seeing a materialist engaged in sense gratification and seeing a woman who is similarly interested is more abominable than drinking poison willingly. One who desires complete freedom from material bondage can engage himself in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. He must not associate with Vishayi, materialistic persons, or those interested in sex life. Every materialist is interested in sex. Thus, in plain language, it is advised that an exalted saintly person avoid the association of those who are materially inclined. Srila Narottam Das Thakur also recommends that one engage in the service of the acharyas, and if one wants to live in association, he must live in the association of devotees. Tandera Charana Sevi Bhakta Sanevas. The Krishna consciousness movement is creating many centers just to create devotees, so that by associating with the members of such a center, people will automatically become uninterested in material affairs. Although this is an ambitious proposal, this association is proving effective by the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Srila Prabhupada is saying that, even Lord Chaitanya is saying that associate with the devotees if one wants to actually get out of this material world. And that this is what the Krishna consciousness movement is doing, giving an opportunity to associate with the devotees, to engage in devotional service. By gradually associating with the members of the Krishna consciousness movement, simply by taking prasad and taking part in chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra, ordinary persons are being considerably elevated. Saubhari Muni regrets that he had bad association even in the deepest part of the water. Because of the bad association of the sexually engaged fish, he fell down. A secluded place is also not secure unless there is good association. So here, a few days ago, the point was brought up that Bharat Maharaj did not have association. So devotee association, that's why he fell down. So here, Saubhari Muni is also saying that one should go alone but not have bad association. And if at all one wants association, associate with like-minded persons. So again, the importance of association is being brought up. And then Prabhupada is mentioning that the Krishna consciousness movement is giving an opportunity to associate with the devotees for spiritual advancement. Any comments, questions?
Hare Krishna,
Hare
and
Krishna.
also that offense he had done was the first offense, right? Of the Garud. He
Yeah.
didn't let Garud have the fish. So that was a downfall, right? Because his
Yeah.
mind got contaminated. I mean, like it was a.
Yeah, because he committed that offense. That's what actually caused him to get attracted to the fish, got him the desire. Because because of the offense. What happens when offense gives rise to then material desires? Yeah, offense to a Vaishnav.
He didn't let Garud eat the fish, so that wasn't that same fish that was having this thing sex mating with the other fish? No,
Maybe not. Maybe not.
not right.
Yeah,
Okay, I
maybe
was just
not.
wondering, like, is it that
Yeah,
same time, that incident? Okay.
maybe not. But what had happened was Saubhari Muni had also, he told Garud that, oh, you can't come here anymore to eat fish, you know, you
Mm,
can't come to this part of the Yamuna River. You can't come here. He gave him a curse. And that's how Kalia started living there. Then the pastime of Kalia comes, because
mm,
Kalia was always afraid of Garuda, but he knew
yeah.
Garuda couldn't come to Yamuna. So it was an offense on part of Saubhari Muni, as you said, first offense to the holy name. And that's why he even got attracted to the fish.
Mm. Like due to that, his mind got contaminated,
That's
right?
right. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, due to that. So we can see how powerful is this Vaishnava Prad, it can uproot or it can really stunt one's advancement in spiritual life, give one so much distraction, so much material desire.
and yeah, like right, yeah. Why Kalia started living there? Because Garud was not allowed. I mean, all the connections, made.
Yeah, that's what all
Yeah.
these connections come up.
Right.
Mm, okay, shall we? Okay, we can read more. एकस्तपस्वी अहम् अथां बसिमत्स्य सङ्गात्
Ekas tapasvi aham athambasi matasya sangha
पञ्चाशदासमुत पञ्चसहस्रसर्ग
panchasam uta panchasahasrasargah
नान्तं वृजामि उभयकृत्य मनोरथानां
nantam vrajami upayakritya manorathanam
माया गुणैर्तमतिर्वशैरितभावः
maya guneta bhavaha.
In the beginning, I was alone and engaged in performing the austerities of mystic yoga. But later, because of the association of fish engaged in sex, I desired to marry. Then I became the husband of 50 wives, and in each of them I begot 100 sons. And thus my family increased to 5,000 members. By the influence of the modes of material nature, I became fallen and thought that I would be happy in material life. Thus, there is no
बेटा
end
बाल झाड़ना
to
नहीं
my
है
material desires for enjoyment
और जल्दी
in this life and the next. So Sobari Mani here is regretting. He's saying, I was doing austerities. I was doing mystic yoga. He wanted to get out of this material world. He was fixing the mind on the lotus feet of the Lord, as he said that one should go to do yoga and fix the mind on the lotus feet of Krishna. He's saying, but I got this material desire. So we can see the offenses when we commit offense, then it gives rise to a lot of material desires. So he got the desire, he married, he got children, sense gratification more and more. 100 sons from each wife. It's a lot of sons. 5,000 family members, he's saying. And then he thought I'm going to be happy. I have so much material opulence, children, wives, wealth, beauty, knowledge. So I thought I'll be happy. He says, thus there's no end to my material desires for enjoyment in this life and the next. Material desires we can see. The more we have, the more we get. Evam vasan grahe kalam.
एवं
Evam
वसनगृहे कालम्
ekala
Virakto nyasam astita.
virakto
विरक्तोऽन्यथा
nyasam astitaha
Vanam jagamanyu yus.
vanam jagamannuyayas
Tat
युक्त
patnya pati devata.
tatpatnyapati devataha.
In this way, he passed his life in household affairs for some time, but then he became detached from material enjoyment. To renounce material association, he accepted the Vanaprastha order and went to the forest. His devoted wives followed him, for they had no shelter other than their husband. So he's saying, I want to retire from being a grahast. He was a muni, he became a grahast, now he's gone to Vanaprastha. He's saying, I'm going to the forest. But his wives are going with him. Vanaprastha does not restrict the wife from going. Wife can go with the husband. In Vanaprastha, the wives are devoted to him. So that's okay to help him in his spiritual life. So they can go. So we have two more verses, but the time's up. So should we stop here?
Yes.
Okay. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna. Thank